Hey guys, what is up? It's the Good Vibes Podcast, and I'm bringing you good waves, good vibes, and good times, all from the comfort of my own home. Today is January the 9th, the Monday edition podcast. There's a lot of stuff that happened today. We had, school started back today, my classes started back today, and that completely kicked my tail, and I'll tell you about that. The national, championship for college football is going on right now. You know, Bama fan, but I don't really watch a lot of football, so I mean, honestly, that's kind of whatever. But anyway, I kind of was like, I'm gonna be really busy today, so I didn't decide to do the talk show. But then I was like, that's just kind of being a quitter, and so I had a really slam-packed, jammed day today. I mean, I was up from 6:30, and the reason that I thought about like not doing the talk show was because of I went from class to 8 o'clock to 9, and then from there I stopped and ate breakfast and went to work from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and then I was going to have to take my dog to the hospital. He had a tube in his chest that he had to get removed, so I had to drive half an hour and then wait, and then from then I was going to come back and watch the game. But I mean, I was like, you know what? I think that you guys would completely just be lost if I didn't do a talk show today. So here I am, just, I understand completely that you guys just need me to get through the week, and that's all right, because otherwise, why would you be watching this? No, I'm just playing. Last Friday with Friends was really good. I mean, I brought Olivia on there. To be honest, I wasn't sure how that was gonna go because I've never really had like a girl on this podcast, and like the sense of humor oriented around this is just kind of, I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, it's just kind of off a little bit. But it went over surprisingly well, a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But it's Monday. I'm very, very tired. I mean, like, I could probably go to sleep right now, and I'm recording this at 8:30. Anyway, but I had all of my news stories. I went to work today. I sat down for like an hour and a half because we were kind of slow. Not an hour and a half, probably like 45 minutes. I don't know. And I wrote down all of my information off of my stories, and then I left it all at work. And so I'm not exactly sure how this particular Monday talk show is going to go. I mean, I have the stories pulled up, but it'll probably just be a little butchered, which I'm sorry. But I left all my notes at work. But classes started today. I know that a lot of my classmates don't go back till Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's really when they start. And so I took 3 classes for the fall. And I did CIS 146, Math 112, and then English 101. So today my CIS course started, and so I got there, and I was like, I thought I was going to my math class, but I wasn't. I read my schedule wrong completely, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so I got there, and they started teaching CIS, and I was like, what on earth is going on? And I looked at my schedule, and then I reread it, and I was like, oh, well, okay, at least I'm in the right place. And the lady that was teaching had the thickest accent, and I had such a hard time understanding her. But it was a good thing I took the course like all the way back in 9th grade, so I was like, whatever. And so I took that, and then I have all 8 a.m. classes, guys. 8 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I didn't want to do a Friday class, so I took a compressed class Mondays and Wednesdays from 5:30 to 8:30, and that's on that'll be like the last 8 weeks of the semester. So, I mean, I'm going to be really, really busy, and so I'm going to be really tired a lot, especially trying to do that, not getting off work till 6, and then balancing, trying to get a car because I'd like to transfer in the fall, hopefully. I don't know. It's just kind of being tossed up. But, I took, those are all, like, gen ed courses in my second semester because I changed my major from finances to communications, and I changed it from nursing. I mean, you guys know all this. And then I went to, now I'm really, really going to focus on radio broadcasting maybe and get my foot in the door. I might think about going off to a big university or to UNA. I'm not exactly sure. But, I mean, I'm just taking it one step at a time. I'm not too worried about it. I'm still going off a grant right now for the spring, so, I mean, it's going good. And, decided to do that and everything, and so it's just going to be really kicking my tail. I mean, it's going to be really, really difficult, but anyway, I mean, I'm looking forward to doing it, and I'm not like, completely, like whatever, but I'm really tired. But I did get a camera. I got a really, really nice camera, and so I was wondering if, like, I posted that Soldier Boy cover and then I posted that one a while back of the dogs. But I was thinking about actually, like, if I get a chance, like I was just discussing, I'm really, really slammed. If I get a chance, if I would, if you guys would be interested in seeing like actual YouTube videos, like not necessarily like full length videos, but maybe like 5 to 10 minute like comedy skits, not really skits, but doing actual videos. And so I was thinking about doing that, but it would be really difficult. But I just didn't know if that would be something you guys are interested in. I mean, I already had 130 views roughly on that other one, and I mean, well, that was just done really quickly. I mean, that was thought out in like the span of like an hour. And so I was thinking about that, and so I didn't know if that would be something that you guys would be interested in, but I was thinking about doing that. But anyway, transitioning from that, we are on day 8, I think, of the $50 gift card giveaway. I had a lot of you guys enter, which I'm really happy, and so this upcoming Sunday is when I'll announce the winner, and it will be chosen at random. Like, I promise, there's no bias or anything or whatever. And so, I mean, like, I guess that's bad news for you guys that know me, because you would want some bias. But I mean, it will be chosen at random. And so, people are like, "Wow, why are you doing $50? That's a lot of money to start out with. I mean, that's a huge chunk of cash." And I mean, I would just prefer to do that because what they say, go big or go home. And so, I mean, that really is what kind of people I got behind. Because if I did, it's just people are drawn to money, and so some people don't need the money, and so a lot of you guys are like, hey, why don't you give it to somebody in need? I don't need the money when I discuss the talk show. And so what you could do is, if you do enter the giveaway, is that if you want, I could donate your $50 gift card to some other, maybe not a charity, but I could give it to somebody else that would actually need it. Like a random surprise to maybe like a single mom. You could mention to me like somebody that that needs the money that I could help out with. And so I would announce that you are the winner, and then I would announce giving it away to somebody, and then we would give that away to help them if you don't necessarily need the money. All of the gift card giveaway is necessarily, I'm just trying to put the name out there. I'm trying to get the brand out there and really do like a advertising push for January. And so I was been working with Julia Lee, and she's been a huge help. She designed the logo that I put on the podcasts, and not the one that's on my YouTube. My mom did that one, but she designed the Good Vibes logo, where it's the man on the beach. And so, that turned out really well. I liked that. I liked the cartoonish look. And so I've been in touch with her, and she is actually going to be getting me some flyer designs and printouts, and I was going to take those and get those printed out, her design, and put those in like the library, the public library, places where people hang out, and just try to like get the brand out there to get it noticed. And so I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm very excited to bring all that in. And so anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. But anyway, a couple of stories that I wanted to discuss. I have to go on here to where I get my news from because I don't have all my notes with me. But wow, there's a lot more news. Okay, so the first one that I discovered, it was a man with Down syndrome in where was it? Marion County, Illinois. He's 33 years old. His name is Jason Egan. Man, this makes me really sad that I don't have my notes. I'm sorry, guys. But his name is Jason Egan, and he applied to be a firefighter at the volunteer fire department. He's 33 years old, and so he went into the place, and he asked a guy, Matt Horn, who is the volunteer firefighter person that was there. He asked for an application, and so Horn helped him fill it out, and they got it all filled out. And from there, they established like a little friendship or a basis of communications. And so they stayed in touch, and every day for about a month, Jason, the man with Down syndrome, he would come into the fire station, and he would help with day-to-day activities. He was interested in chores. He was really, really wanting to become a firefighter. So Matthew, or Matt, my name is Matthew, so people call me Matt for short. But Matthew, I'm just going to call him that because I don't like calling people Matt. Matthew, he went and pitched this to the fire department, and he So he discussed that, and of course there was a lot of disagreement, and they discussed could they have somebody with Down syndrome employed. But I was reading, and it said that in their bylaws, or in their rules for the volunteer fire department, it doesn't say that you can't have anybody employed like that. And so there was a lot of controversy, having to watch him and supervise him, because he wouldn't be able to really take care of himself in dangerous situations. And so they agreed to accept him into the volunteer fire department as long as he was under the cadet rules, for new ones. So he doesn't deal in dangerous house fires. He doesn't deal in really dangerous tasks with what they're doing. But he does do a lot of stuff, such as he goes to schools and he discusses with kids the importance of fire safety, what to do if they're in a fire, if they ever find themselves in that situation. He discusses a lot of what to do with if they catch on fire. And so he does a lot of that. And so that was about a year ago. And so he's still employed at the volunteer fire department. And it says that he does chores at the station. He helps out with fundraisers and charities. And he has his own fireman's uniform. He has his own fireman hat. And he has his own pager. He lives about a block from the fire department. And so not people, but he gets paged, just like any other volunteer firefighter would. And so he has to show up to the station, late at night, wearing whatever. And so he helps get the trucks ready after they go out to fight a fire, and when they bring them back, he helps to get them back ready into serviceable or whatever. And so they asked him if potential danger scared him. That was one of the questions that they asked to interview him, and he said no, sir, because I've always liked dangers. And it says that being a firefighter has been his lifelong dream. I mean, just for as long as he can remember. And, he's 33 now. And so he said, a quote from him is, "I put on this uniform right here, and it changed my life." And a couple things, he rides around on the fire trucks if there's a parade, if they do a parade for the city. And he helps, like I said, with fire safety presentations. And so he is one of the other 25 members and of the department. He's a volunteer. And so I think that story was really good. I know that here, in Athens, we have a lot of people who go and help with a lot of stuff like this. I think it's a camp called Rainbow Omega. I know a lot of my friends go and help out with that, but it's a camp that incorporates Down syndrome and special needs adults, and it brings them and it lets them do sports, crafts, whatever. And all of a lot of church youth groups from around here, they go down there to really help out and stuff like that. And so meeting one of them, they're some of the sweetest and kindest people I think I've ever met in my life. And they're great. And really, I just think it's great to see a new step forward in how we are bringing this more to light. You know what I'm saying? As in being able to have a good job as a firefighter, especially, and being able to work in the workforce alongside non-disadvantaged people. And it's really a cool thing to see that, and then bring that in. And so that story was really neat, and I really enjoyed reading that a lot. And so I just it's really nice to read about stuff like that. And so I just it's it encourages you to get out and do more in your community, and to bring a lot more people together, I guess. And so, in a sense, the second story that I had was a dog named Pella, a Labrador Golden Retriever mix, actually helps out kids in court when they give their testimonies as a witness, and if the child has been a victim of a sexual abuse crime, or if they've witnessed a horrific crime. This dog is there on the witness stand, where nobody else can see it, so the attention's not focused on the dog, but it's underneath, and it allows for the child to be able to give to feel more comfortable giving a testimony. And so the dog has actually participated in 450 courtroom cases. And it says that she brings a smile to people's faces, just seeing her in any way. And so she helps to calm the children down. and it helps the children to be able to talk to, I guess, the prosecutor or the defense, or I mean, like, whatever. And because what they said was that if the dog reacts friendly to other people, it really warms the child up to see, the dog like a bunch of other people. So it establishes a bond of trust between the dog and whatever. And so she says that the dog really loves kids, and that the minute that the dog sees or hears another child, I mean, she's automatically just starts looking for the child, and the dog is like really focused on children. And so Peterson, the lady that is like in control of the dog, she says that she's a very special dog, and that she loves children, and that all the children respond to her. And so this is actually becoming a bigger movement. There are 126 court dogs in 34 states, including the District of Columbia, D.C. And so I love dogs. I mean, I have Jello, and she's 90 pounds, and she is great. She's 8 years old, 7 or 8, and we've been thinking about training her to be a therapeutic dog, as in for comfort and whatever, because all she does is she's a big lap dog. And so we've been thinking about training her for doing that, taking her to hospitals to be able, because she's really, really good around like little kids and stuff like that. I think we've only ever had like a couple accidents where she's just completely mauled a child. So I mean, the numbers have been very good. And so we really were thinking about training her to become a therapist dog like that, and to provide comfort to children. And because she just provides comfort to our entire house. But where are all of my stories? Okay, they disappeared. Well, the third story that I had, they disappeared off of the good news tab from Microsoft. So but two of my stories are just gone. But one of the other stories I had was a 6-year-old boy that has Di-George syndrome, which is has Di-George syndrome, which causes like extreme mental and physical delays in his body. He was able to find a 3-year-old boxer dog named Ellie, and Ellie is deaf. And so the boy is verbally impaired, and so all he can communicate with is sign language. And so they said that he was able to find her, and that from the moment that they met, that they were instantly bonded. And so what happens is sometimes he'll get these like really, really like big fits or whatever where he can't calm down, and Ellie the boxer dog will go over there, and she'll like give him a bunch of kisses on the face. She'll like cuddle up to him and really try to make him feel better about whatever it is he's doing. And so it'll really calm him down. And so that was like, the parents were discussing that it was a sure sign. I mean, it was just God dang it. It was just an instant bond at first sight. And so like she listens to him, and they have been inseparable since like birth or whatever. But that was neat. I mean, whatever did we do to deserve dogs? And so I mean, dogs are absolutely great. And if you have a dog, just try not to take it for granted. Anyway, guys, I mean, this is only at like 20 minutes, and I mean, like, Monday's podcast is probably gonna be a little bit shorter now. I think I'm gonna have to cut down Monday's podcast just because of my school schedule. And what's going on. And honestly, on Mondays there's not really a lot to discuss sometimes, and so it's really hard to provide a lot of filler. So Monday's podcasts are probably going to be cut down a little bit shorter, and so Wednesdays and Fridays will still be the same, because I honestly enjoy answering questions from everybody. And I love bringing on Friday with Friends, and I mean, it's some of my favorite things to do. And so but Mondays will probably be a little bit shorter, just to give me a little more time to focus on schoolwork, and just to kind of not be so hammered with everything. And so anyway, guys, I mean, thank you for listening, and have a great rest of the week, and as always, stay funky, and I love you guys.